ハヌシュ教と会うことになっとるから、上層の城へ来たとこから続きな。ザルンベルクが襲撃されたってことはなかったみたいね。
My lord, I'm afraid you were right when you said these hostilities wouldn't end at Pribyslavitz.
That comes as no surprise.
What has happened?
The men reported 2 more attacks today.
Ah, Henry. I'm glad you're here. It seems like we'll have another task for you. Come and join us.
My lord.
Greetings, lad.
The bandits raided a few remote hamlets, but that's the least of our worries. They also attacked Merhoyed, and that's a much more serious matter.
Merhoyed? Matthias is working there.
They attacked right after the battle in Pribyslavitz. Bastards were probably trying to prove they're still strong. But there's a silver lining. The villagers held them off, and they even took one captive. He's wounded, but we can still interrogate him.
Your Graces, I hope I'm not intruding.
On the contrary, Master Tobias. Unlike Bernard, you are the bearer of good tidings. Or so I gather from the coin you carry. Tell me, how many groschen did we find in Pribyslavitz?
My lord, I'm sorry, but my news is no better than Captain Bernard's. These coins are very good. That is to say, well-made facsimiles, as we call them.
What? I don't give a what you call them. I want to know what they're facking worth.
That's just it, sir. They're worth nothing.
Are you saying what I think you're saying, Master Tobias? This here
is just a pile of copper.
Kurva! Fuck!
Plated with silver, so it's still of some worth.
Kurva! Fuck!
Is it a lot of work to make such counterfeits, Master Tobias?
I should say so, sir. Highly demanding work. Especially to make such plausible forgeries. They would need a well-hidden foundry, several craftsmen, and a source of material.
But they could just be brought in from somewhere else, could they not?
Well, they could, but then again the silver mines are nearby and these groschen seem freshly minted, so...
So we are facing a foe who has almost limitless sources of coin. That's all we need.
Dopredel.
Well, gentlemen, it's clear what we have to do. Interrogate that captive bandit, find out their numbers, and promptly cut off their supply of money. Otherwise, they'll soon have another encampment.
If they haven't already.
But I doubt it, sir. Merhoyed wouldn't have been able to hold them off if they did.
Well, lad, I said we'd have work for you, but it never crossed my mind there would be this much. You've already proved your worth as an investigator, so I'm putting my faith in you again. Go to Merhoyed and question that captive. Find out where those brigands are hiding, how many there are, and what they're planning. And while you're at it, see if you can find some clues as to where this counterfeit coin is coming from.
Very well, sir.
Good luck. We're counting on you. All of us. Come report to me as soon as you know anything. I'll be at the lookout point near Talmberg.
今度は偽装コインの発覚とマーハジェドで襲撃が起きたようやな。この時代のお金は史実ではプラハグロッシェンという銀貨が用いられていたそうで、ゲーム内の通貨もグロッシェンであることから同様のものであると考えられた。より価値の低い産出の多い銅を使って銀メッキを施されているから、敵の資金源はほぼ無尽蔵だとラジック卿も危機感を持っていたな。マーハジェドの襲撃はそれほど大したことではなかったようで、村人によって鎮圧、捕虜が一人捕らえられたらしい。早速捕虜から話を聞きに行こう。っていうかさっきハッとしたのがフリッツ、マシューともう一人の悪巧み仲間マティアスがマーハジェドに逃げ延びているということをすっかり忘れとったな。テレサが教えてくれてたんだよね。彼のことも探してみようか。無事でいるとええけど。
Good day. What is it?
What happened here?
Horror of horrors, Master. We were attacked by some bandits, and then the plague broke out.
ペスト。
Jesus Christ.
うわぁ、過去の歴史を調べたりしたときに、この辺りの時代で、ペスト、黒死病が世界的に大流行して、世界の人口の約 22% の命が失われてしまったことがあったんだよ。一度くらいは、必ず誰しも聞いたことある病名よな。前回の戦争に引き続き、今度は疫病か。ご時世的にまずいテーマばかりになってしまった。 神の手の中で、
How did
で
you manage to
クエ
fight
ストで
them
も
off?
少し触れた。日本の微生物学者こそが、何を隠そうペストの原因菌を後に発見することとなる人物なんやで。ヨーロッパで大流行したのは、作中の時代より少し前の話だね。
It looks like you fended them off, though. I can't see any burned houses.
They had no time for that. But they've left us with fresh graves. Young Straw himself got cut up something terrible, and a few others. We've a number of wounded. And now the plague to crown it all. Christ preserve us.
Melichar, Straw. Those names are new to me.
They're locals. Melichar's been in charge here since old vassal Smil from Neuhof passed away. May God grant him eternal peace. And Straw, that's the local woodsman. Poor fellow. The bandits killed his son, and his wife has the disease.
Where will I find Melichar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melichar's is the house on the left.
I'd like to talk to Straw.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, you'll see Straw's house on the right.
And the disease? Tell me something about it.
I don't want to tempt fate by talking about it. Makes me shudder to think of it. There's not much to tell anyway. It hit us just after that rabble left. First the horses died, then livestock, and now it's people. Like Melichar's wife, poor thing.
I'm looking for Matthias. I think he works at the stud here.
Matthias. Wait, I know. He's not been here long, isn't that right?
Not long, it's true.
Well, those bastards got him. He's laid up at the stud now. His arm's in a bad way, but at least he's still alive.
Thank you.
マティアスは怪我したけど生きてる。盗賊に襲われたと思ったら、今度は疫病が発生してしまったと。
Goodbye.
一旦マティアスと会ってみよう。
Hal? You're a sight for sore eyes. What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, Matthias. Sir Radzig sent me here to investigate the raid.
Sir Radzig? Looks like you've come up in the world, mate. You're here as his envoy?
He took me into his garrison.
Hal the blacksmith's boy in the service of his lordship. Who'd have ever thought it? My luck hasn't been so good.
You survived. That's something to thank God for.
True enough. If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. There's some disease spreading.
Disease?
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's bad. It started the day after the raid. First the horses got sick, then other animals, and now people are falling ill too.
Damn! Are you alright?
Well, at least I haven't caught the sickness.
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broken neck.
Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melichar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked up in the barn. But be careful.
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening his sickle for him. Melichar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I can tell you what he'll do with him. He'll hand him over to Sir Radzig's envoy. Me.
I doubt Melichar will let him go willingly. The folk here are baying for blood. Lives have been lost. First the raid, and now this plague. God knows what they'll do.
Can you describe the raiders?
I don't know. They came at dusk, so you couldn't see their faces. About 20 of them. They weren't humans, though. They spoke Czech.
You talked to them?
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when we hit them in the woods, they didn't look so brave.
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of untrained villagers manage to hold off armed bandits?
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melichar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails. and we went out to face them.
What? You mounted an assault against them?
Aye, and that was the key. It was the last thing those whoresons expected. A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
About this sickness. When did this plague start?
The day after the raid, the horses were lying down in the stable, so we knew something was up. By afternoon, they were all dead. Then other animals started getting sick, one after the other, and then people.
What are the signs that someone's getting sick?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some are throwing their guts up, and others are spewing from the other end.
Has anyone died from it?
Aye, old Verba, although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows for sure if it was the plague that got him. Either way, the animals are dropping like flies, and people will end up the same for sure.
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way it is, I don't go outdoors much. But I know Melikar and Straw has sick ones at home.
Can I ask you a bit about Merhoyed?
I haven't been here long enough to learn much, but ask away.
Can you tell me something about Old Straw?
He's a woodcutter, tough as they come, and a hothead. He's been out of his mind since his boy died.
That's normal to grieve, though.
Depends how you look at it. Folk are afraid he'll snap or drink himself to death. What's worse, his wife caught the sickness, and he's not taking care of her.
Where can I find this Straw?
When you take the main gate out of the stables, you'll see 2 cottages outside. Straw lives in the right-hand one.
What's Melikar like?
The locals look up to him. Smill used to be in charge here, but he was killed in Neuhof.
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time to appoint a new vassal, and folk need someone to speak for them, so they picked Melikar.
Thank God you had someone here who could take the reins.
Aye.
Where does Melikar live?
When you take the main gate out of the stables, you'll see 2 cottages outside. Melikar lives in the left-hand one.
会話多いな。うち、人の名前を話だけ聞いて覚えるの苦手や。手当たり次第、出会った人に話しかけてみるわ。厩舎を出て道を挟んだ右の家が、誰の家だっけ？ストローさん、かな？なんで、会話の必要があるんかも分かってない状態。十字架が描かれている。なんだろうね。おや、会話が可能ではない。おう、病気で苦しんでる人が、奥さんかな。ストローさんは、息子を襲撃で失ってからおかしくなって、奥さんの看病もしてあげてない、らしい。うちらは、もともと、捕虜に話しに来たんやったよな。そしたら、報告では、聞いてない疫病で村人が苦しんでいて。ああ、向かいの家がメリシャルさんの家で、その納屋に捕虜が閉じ込められているみたい。そっか、まずはメリシャルさんに、捕虜と話せるようにしてもらえばええんや。ここも十字架描いてる。
Are you Melikar?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with the prisoner.
And why is that? Who might you be?
Henry, envoy of Saradzig Kobala. I'm here to investigate the attack.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't noticed, we have pestilence raging here. And Saradzig won't help us with that, any more than he helped us when we were attacked.
No news has reached Ratai of any disease here. But I'm here now, and I can help you.
Well, since you serve Saradzig, you might be of some use, if anyone can be.
Tell me what to do.
There's a stable hand living with us here, Matthias.
Yes, I know him.
And he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery infirmary. Johanka, I think her name is. She might know someone to turn to, if she's actually there.
おっと、またヨハンカか。修道院でも患者さんを助けるために
Very well.
一緒に頑張っ
I'll
た
go
ん
to
だ
the
よね。
monastery. It's probably our best hope.
Thank you. At least for taking the trouble. But then, even if you cared nothing for us, the prisoner's got the pestilence too. He'll die without help.
If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much as possible about the disease. I'll definitely need to know its symptoms. They're bound to ask me that.
It's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others have the chills. I heard some are throwing up. Others still are breaking out in sores. But why don't you see for yourself? People talk a lot and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Very well. I'll make the rounds.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses. But don't stay too long in those
ああ、そういう
homes.
印やったか。
That I can promise you.
God be with you.
前回の例もあるし、ほったらかしてたら死人が出るやつやな。修道院のヨハンカに会いに行く前に、住民の症状を調べて回る必要がある。病人のいる住居には印があるわけね。病にかかったのは、住民だけじゃなく捕虜もらしいから。駅ピューはサイドクエストやけど今最優先やなこれ。ろくな線生家に侵入したら、突然会話始まって焦った。さっきは話せなかったストローさんが怒ってる。
I've come to help your wife.
To help her over to the other side. Isn't that God's own truth?
I'm sorry that they killed your son. I truly am sorry. But if you don't want that disease to take your wife, you'll let me see her right away. I can help her.
I don't want her taken, no.
There. You see?
What? Are you a quack?
Something like that.
Then go to it. Go!
とりあえず妻を見ることについて許可もらえたな。
Fever. Just like Melechar
症
said.
状は熱。この家にも印あるわ。
Jesus, lad, what are you doing here? Can't you see the plague cross on the door?
I'm here because of it. The monastery sent me to help.
God bless you, boy. It's about time.
I need to know exactly what you're suffering from.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a dreadful fever. My wife too. I recall almost nothing of yesterday. I was raving for most of it.
Is there anything else? Apart from the fever?
Well, forgive me for saying so. The shit just pours out of me. I can't keep anything in. I'm completely worn out. My wife's the same.
You have my thanks. I'll try to bring
熱と
help.
下痢、微妙に違うのは、なんか意味があるのかな。急にまた、ミステリーになってきたな。
Brother, dearest brother, is that you?
よくわからんが、説得してみよう。
Yes, it's me, your, brother.
Everyone is nearly here. We need to get to Skalitz for the fair.
Tell me, brother, how are you feeling?
Wait, you're not my brother? You're one of those brutes! Brother! Lock the door! They're back again, please God, no!
Brother, don't you recognize me? It's me, your brother. I was gone for a long time. I've come back home for Advent, remember?
Yes, yes, I remember. Give me a drink of water, brother. I'm thirsty. Terribly thirsty. I feel like I'm burning in hell. I can drink a pitcher of water and right away I'm parched again. Take care now.
幻覚を見てる？錯乱状態と喉の渇きを訴えてるね。みんな、それぞれ違う病気なんか？っていうか、ペストではない感じか。あ、彼は、もう亡くなってるな。体をつかむってなっと
Can't
る。
you see we have the plague cross on the door?
助けるって、もう遅いわって言われそうや。
Please accept my condolences.
Thank you. My poor, good husband. I took care of him as much as I could, but this morning...
I'm sorry to hear that.
What do you need from me?
They sent me to the monastery for help, but I need to know how the disease shows itself.
Yes, I'll tell you everything. But first help me bury my husband. I'm too weak. And Melichar said the dead should be buried at once.
おう、実際、ペストだったとしたら感染症だから怖いよな。ここは、無敵の主人公補正でなんとか、めたい。
Of course I'll help you.
Thank you. We have to bury him at the back of the house. There's a lovely linden tree there.
I understand. I'll dig the grave there.
Thank you. When you're ready, come back. I'll say goodbye for now.
菩提樹か、おとんおかんの墓参り、まだ行ってへんな。スカーリッツは、強い敵がいつもいるからね。また行ってみようよ。
It's done.
Thank you. Now please take him there. Oh, Lord.
ちょっとお墓の位置とずれちゃってるけど、悲しいもんな。何も言わんとこう。でも、それを口に出しちゃう。
What am I to do now without you?
ツラタン。でも、ごめん。治療を急がんとあかんから。
Will you please tell me about his illness?
Certainly. My husband had the fever all over.
Anything else?
He had great pains in his belly. He said it felt like he'd been stuffed with rocks. He was writhing all night through. It must have hurt terribly.
Thank you.
全員を調べ終わったみたいや。最後の人は腹痛もあったな。じゃあ、急いで修道院へ向かわないと。ああ、ファストトラベルは時間かかるから、夜やけど馬で突っ走るで。
God be with you, Henry.
I don't know if you've heard about it, but Merhoyed was attacked.
Oh, God. How is Matthias?
Wounded in the arm. He's being brave about it, but his injury looks bad.
I need to see him.
Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Their livestock has died off, and now the people are coming down with it too. I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. It's a good thing you've come here. If there's any hope, this is the place to find it. You need Brother Nicodemus, the monastery physician. He may know how to deal with it.
Very well, I'll try to find him.
Come back when you know more.
Thank you, Johanka.
Good luck then.
寝てるとこ悪いけど、緊急や。起きて。
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Johanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease, you say? How intriguing.
Yes, it's very interesting, but can you help these people?
I can't say at this point. I need to find out a little more. Tell me, has the whole village come down with it?
I expect so, or why would they be so fearful about it?
Merhoyed? Isn't there a stud farm there? And what of the animals? Did they get infected too?
Yes, there's a stud farm.
馬は全滅したと言ってた。あ、今乗ってるジェンダーを買ったのはマーハジェドだったよ。ほんまやな。もし、このイベントまでに買ってなかったら、一緒に全滅してたんか。なんとまあ。
Do you know the symptoms?
わかる。と言っていいのか。何を問われるやろ。
Yes, more or less.
Excellent. I have several extensive volumes here in the library. Describe the epidemic, including the symptoms, and we could take some guidance there. Can you read?
これもやな。読書スキルなかったら危うかったかもしれんで。
Excellent. So follow me to the scriptorium.
So, where shall we start?
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The digestive tract, Henry.
Right.
The trouble lies between the mouth and the arsehole.
Uh-huh. Sure. Just so.
We can rule nothing out at this stage. You look in the Breviarum de Sickness Causa. It's a renowned manuscript from Salerno, written by one Johann of St. Paul.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunately for you, our brother librarian is translating these momentous medical works into the common tongue, so you can still be of use. Study the breviary carefully, and compare the symptoms with the recorded cases. That will guide us. I'll try the proven classics, Avicenna and his Canon Medicinae, and Galen's magnum opus, the Ars Medicinalis. Take care now.
おし、やるか。本を読んで病名を確定するにや。お。こらこら、頭頂部見てないで、本を探そう。おっと、ザビエルに気を取られてしまった。この本やな。うちなんかが読んでわかるもんかね。普通に考えると無理だね。ジフテリア。くしゃみ、口内や喉の痛み、とか、そんな話は聞かなかったから違うかも。右のページはペスト。咳してる人おった？あと、黒い斑点の話も聞いとらんな。ペストだと聞いていたけど、どうやら違う？あれ？中毒について、発熱、幻覚、腹痛、下痢、喉の渇き。これについては、診察結果を否定するような裁量なくない？発疹については聞いてないけど、食物を通して摂取された場合には見られないともあって、動物も亡くなっている。同じ水源から同じ水を飲んで発症したか？続きは何とあるかな？妙なところで文が終わったね。それから舞踏病？これ聞いたことなかった。でも、書かれてある症状の人はいなかったんじゃないかな。なるほど。ここまでか。これは、どうやら、ペストじゃなくて、同じ水源から水を飲むことによって発症した中毒っぽいな。他の本、読めるものはないか。
I think I have it.
Yes? And what do you make of it?
It's poisoning from tainted water.
Really? That sounds rather unlikely. But if Master Johann of St. Paul's says so, who am I to contradict him? We shall have to prepare some medicine at once.
I could help with that.
Really?
Yes. I know my way around the alchemistic arts.
An ordinary fellow who knows the
錬
arts
金
of
術が
physics?
ある程度でき
Who
る
would
こと
have
も
thought
必要やったか。
Excellent.
危な。
I'll give you the recipe. And you have my permission to make use of the monastery laboratory.
I'll get started right away.
I, meanwhile, shall head straight to, where was it again?
Merhoyed.
Oh yes, Merhoyed. I'll take Johanka with me. She has no equal in caring for the sick. Once you have the medication ready, hurry after me.
Thank you, Brother Nicodemus.
ああ、捕虜が死んだら困るから先に見てもらいたいが。
There's one man there who needs your care more urgently than anyone. He's an important witness in the investigation of some murders.
Out of the question. I shall spend time with the sick in order of their medical needs, not your worldly needs. Farewell.
ですよね。ごめんなさい。 そしたら治療薬を作っていかんと。どれやろ。これか？そんなわけないよな。
I can't sleep again.
あ、マーハジェドの治療薬。そのまんまの名前やったか。何のレシピ覚えたとかメッセージもないからさ。これ作ってヨハンカたちを追いかけよう。めっちゃ焦った。材料を売ってくれる人が言ってしもたから、夜中で宿屋も使えんし、朝まで待機してトランクから材料持ってきた。ハーブは腐らないから、お姉ちゃんが収集癖あってよかったね。
ああ。The agony.
So here I am. How are things looking?
It doesn't look good at all, my boy. Do you have the potion?
Yes, here it is.
I'll take 4 doses, you take the rest, and let's split up. I'll see to the Straw family, while you deal with Malachite's wife and the rest. They wouldn't let me go near that prisoner. They want him to suffer. Despite his terrible crimes, to treat a fellow mortal soul like that.
Perhaps I'll be able to convince them. I promised I'd bring them help, and I've kept my word. They must let me go to him.
I hope so, but in the short while I've been here, I've found the locals to be rather stubborn. Good luck to you.
そしたら、手当たり次第薬配布していこう。捕虜を除いた全員に行き渡ったと思う。あとは、会う許可がもらえたら。
I brought some help, as promised. Will you let me see the prisoner?
I will let you, I will. Of course I will. My boy, if you've really brought a potion to rid us of this scourge, I'll let you do anything.
Ah, whether I've managed to rid you of the scourge, that remains to be seen. It'll take a few days before we know whether the potion worked.
I know, but even so, just the fact that someone cares, that means a lot to us.
Don't fret about that, Melechar. A thing like that would have scared anybody. Just take care of, what is your wife's name?
Hannah.
So, take good care of her.
Now open up that shed. May the Lord watch
意外とあっさり、経過観察に数日かかるみたいやけど、まず間違いないやろ。診察ができていなくて、間違った薬を作っていたら、人も死んでしまうのか。ちょいちょい、そういう人命に関わる分岐が発生するな。やっとメインクエストに戻れるぞ。駅ピョンはサイドクエストやったから。
Now let's wait and see what happens.
The agony.
We found out what could be the cause of the affliction.
And?
You should check where your water's coming from. Nicodemus and I think that it comes down to poisoning.
It'd be hard to poison the spring, but what about the well? Good Lord, that's difficult to believe.
I have my suspicions.
The bastards weren't satisfied with killing young Straw. The fucking bastards! May the Lord watch over you.
あ、なんや、水源の毒物も賊の仕業やったか。でも、そうだとしたら、目の前の捕虜はどうして？確かに、彼は知らされてなくて、捕まった後、水を提供されて飲んでしまったか？あれ、まだ薬与えてないことになっとる。おいおい、ニコデモスさんの見てる患者さん検査したら終わったよ。頼むよほんま。
Oh, sweet mother of God.
ああ、待機ね。はいはい。話せるようになったか。
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm investigating on behalf of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Oh, I see. You'll have an easy job with me, boy.
How so?
I won't give you any problems.
That's sensible of you.
I'm a sensible man. Only I'd like to get it over quick and not keep the Rattay executioner busy too long, if you catch my drift.
I understand.
What do you want to know?
Everything. First, tell me who's behind all this. Who do you follow?
I follow the coin, lad. We all do.
That's not news to me, but who pays the coin?
I got my pay from Runt, like all the men in Pribyslavitz. And Runt got his money from the chief. And the chief had the coin minted.
あら、こいつは偽装コインのこと知って
Who's
る
the
んか。
chief? The bandit leader?
Bandit? If he heard you say that, he'd have your head on a spike. That's the kind of man he is. Nobody knows much about him, though. Only that he ain't Czech.
So he's a foreigner? German?
Don't think so. For sure he ain't Czech. And he's got plenty of coin. I'd stake my neck on it. He's got noble blood in his veins.
Judging by how he looks?
More by the way he talks. Any man can dress up like nobility, but he spoke all la-di-da, like a lord.
Where's that chief of yours now?
I've no idea. After Pribyslavitz, he ordered us to raid Merhoyed, but he wasn't with us. He went off who knows where. I don't reckon he'll be out of your hair for long, though.
あ、これ、前回の襲撃の最後に後ろ姿あったやつやな。狩猟、あいつが黒幕のトッ
I'd
プか
say you're looking at it all wrong, though.
How's that?
You ask who's in charge and who answers to who. Only this ain't some noble court. There was all sorts of gangs in Pribyslavitz, big and small. Robber barons who had their own brigades calling them my lord, and common footpads who hadn't a pot to piss in. Men came, men went. Lots of squabbles, the occasional murder. Old cronies and old rivals were meeting. Know what I mean?
I suppose so.
It was one big muddle. The main thing was nobody asked questions. I didn't give a damn who the chief was or what he had in mind, or whether he had one ball or two. All I was interested in was the coin.
Uh-huh. How did you know about Pribyslavitz? Who took you there?
A fellow by the name of Moorcock. We met near Kuttenberg. I was robbing burghers who were fleeing the town from Sigismund's army. We got to talking and he told me about Pribyslavitz.
Why did you attack Merhoyed?
The chief himself gave us the order. I reckon he wanted to show the local lords he was nowhere near finished.
So he's planning more raids?
The chief's always planning something. Pribyslavitz was only the start.
So you knew the coin was counterfeit?
Course I did. I brought those groschen to Pribyslavitz, along with a few other things.
Did you? And where did the forgeries come from?
Like, where were they made? I don't know. Some merchant by the name of Menhart gave them to me. We used to meet at the charcoal piles near Rovna, by the crossroads there. As it happens, I'm supposed to be meeting him there about now.
So Menhart's waiting there?
Might be, might not. He could have heard what happened in Pribyslavitz and decided not to show.
And does this Menhart know where the coin comes from?
How should I know? To me, he's just another link in the chain. I deal with him, and I never ask who he deals with. Just like he knows nothing about me.
I see. So I suppose there's no point asking you if you know any more about him.
It'd be a waste of breath. All he did was give me the coin, and then we went our separate ways.
Who else knows about the money?
Apart from the chief, Menhart, Runt and me, there was a few others. The men got some real money too with the false stuff. It'd be suspicious if they only had freshly minted coin.
You said you used to bring other things. What were they?
Letters. Menhart would give them to me for the chief. This time I was taking an answer back to Menhart too.
Have you still got that letter?
Aye. The yokels round here ain't got much interest in correspondence. Apparently.
Give it to me.
現代のように識字率が高くはないから
I'd be
な。
delighted.
What were the letters about?
If I knew how to read, I wouldn't be trusted to carry letters, would I? I took them from Menhart to the chief and back. That's all.
いや、末端の賊とはいえ、かなり謎に迫る話
That's
が
all
聞
I
け
need
た
to
な。
know for now.
For now, for the love of Christ, boy, don't let the executioner interrogate me. I already told you everything I know.
ああ、うちは慈悲深い人でよく知られてるから幸運やったな。え、本当に？たくさんのお店が商品全部なくなって泣いてるよ。ドキ。
I can't deny you've been cooperative. I'll do my best to see you get a quick end.
Henry! I think old Straw's come for the brigand. Step back from that Eden, young fella!
But you can't kill me! Not just like that!
Shut the fuck up, you weasel, and keep it fucking shut! You don't even get a say! Calm down, Straw. He won't escape justice. After all, he's... Don't stand in my way, Melikar! Let Henry decide. He's the one who saved his life.
息子を殺されたストローさんがお怒りや。嫌でもなあうち、悪は裁かれるべきやとは思うけど。怨恨や復讐による制裁は実は反対なんよな。ヘンリーの目的は、まさに復讐なんだけどもね。
He won't leave Bierhalle alive.
I understand, Straw, truly. I lost my parents. They were slain in front of my eyes, and to the day I die, I'll never forgive myself for doing nothing to save them.
And if you got your hands on the men who killed them, would you let them live?
I suppose.
See. Go then. Take that bastard and get out of here. And if one day you find your parents' killers, remember what passed here today.
今、うちは改めて、マルクボルト教だっけ？両親の旧敵と対峙した時が来るとしたら、そして、もし彼に関わる分岐の選択があるとしたら、うちは、すべてを許す選択をしようと思ったで、メインクエストの目標に、ずっと復讐ってあるからね。いずれは、戦うことになるのかな。村人に引き渡すよりはマシやったやろ。しかし、罪は償わなくてはいけないね。さあ、ラジック卿に報告して今回は終わろうか。ごめん、ラジック卿引いてしもたわ。ちょっと、気をつけて。衝突にダメージあるとはな。そうだ、捕虜から受け取った手紙読んでみない？せやね。T で始まる名前。あれ？思ってたんとちゃうな。手紙を書いたのは S さん。誰やろ。これから出てくる名前には注意したいところやな。
Greetings, Henry. I hear you on the rat-eye tourney. Well done, lad.
May I be of service, my lord?
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Pfeiffer has been asking for someone reliable to assist him.
The Chief Engineer? Is it about Scallops?
In a manner of speaking. Master Pfeiffer has, well, evil forebodings. I think he may want to send you to the Scallops mines.
Can they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt
こ
with
れは
enough
サイドク
will
エス
and
トかな？
resources.
動画にするかわからんけど。
Except a man.
っていうか、全部済ませたサイドクエスト。また新しいのが出てきたな。めちゃくちゃいっぱいあるね。
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? Now that's a good question. He ought to be somewhere at Perkstein unless he's gone off to deal with some problem or other. Look around. You're bound to run into him.
オッケー、
Well,
オッ
thank
ケ
you.
ー。またや
I'm
る
going
わ
to
な
see。him straight away.
Good luck, Hal. Goodbye. Greetings. What business have you?
I've returned from Merhoyed, sir.
How does it look there?
I brought them help from the monastery. Brother Nicodemus and Johanka from Skalitz. Fortunately, Nicodemus was able to cure the disease. Well, at least what he's doing looks promising so far.
Thank Christ. Some good news for a change. What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
Fortunately, he survived and I had a chance to question him.
What did you find out?
He was transporting the false coins to Pribyslavitz. He got them from some merchant called Menhart.
I don't know him.
Neither do I. But I know where the money's handed over. It's not far from Rovna, and this Menhart should be waiting there about now.
Excellent, Henry. We mustn't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. You go there and put pressure on this Menhart to tell us what he knows. Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Take care.
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robert, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir,
What is it?
sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again, and we must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son.
待って、葵。今の聞いた？どういうこと？お姉ちゃん。ラジック卿が、息子よって言ってたで。ヘンリーのこと。待て、一旦落ち着こう。確か、ラジック卿は、マーティンに、大きな借りがあるってことやったよな。スカーリッツ襲撃の時に、マーティンがそう話していた。ということは、若いの、という意味のあれじゃなくて、非公式であるが、翻訳通りに受け取ってええんか？今の時点で結論を出すわけにはいかないけど、これまでのいろんなヘンリーに対する彼の姿勢が、実の息子だとしたら合点がいってしまう。仮の話もそうやけど、身分を無視した急な任官とか、ヘンリーのお母さんについて語るときも、何か含みを持たせてたんよな。こいつは、そういうことか？いやわからん。決めつけるには少々か。仮にそうだとしたら、ヘンリーは、本来ならば貴族の人間だ。マーティン夫妻に光沢したか、あるいは、ヘンリーのお母さんとの間に生まれた隠し子か。衝撃発言に、今作中で一番ビビった。まだ、勘違いかもしれないけれど、明らかになる時が来るといいね。ああ。というわけで、また、サイドクエストがいくつか増えたわけやけど、先に、また本筋からそれたクエストからやっていこうかな。それでは、今回はここまで。ご視聴ありがとうございました。ほな、 またね。